Alright, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tico Izasu, aka Izzo. Izzo with three Z's, cause they still sleep, but we finna wake them up soon though. You already know the vibes. Today we got a little what if that's what you want to call it. I'm really gonna be rewriting Boruto from the perspective of Himawari being the main character. And along the way, I've also, made my own character. I've made some retcons. I'm gonna take certain leadways with the series, just so I can tell the story the way I want to tell it. Things like instead of Himawari being however old she is in the regular series, she's only a year younger than Boruto. I'm gonna take a lot of leeway with the history of the Uzumaki clan that we don't really discover in Naruto or Boruto, because that's something I'm really interested in going further into. But anyways, let's get started. Our story starts with Orochimaru out on a mission to the land of whirlpools to investigate a rumor about the history of the Uzumaki clan for the Leaf Village. While there, he stumbled across the Uzumaki clan hideout that was also the final resting place of Ashina Uzumaki, the Uzumaki clan leader during the Warring States period. Orochimaru opened the casket to find not only Ashina's preserved body, but also a Rinnegan, a Mangekyo Sharingan, a Byakugan, and a considerable piece of chakra from every tailed beast. All of these powerful items were gifts from Hashirama to Ashina to strengthen their trust and friendship. When the land of whirlpools was attacked, Ashina instructed all of his clan members to bury all of the gifts from Hashirama with him should he die in battle. When Ashina met his inevitable fate, he was furious at the world for the betrayal of his people and furious with Hashirama and the Leaf Village for being nowhere to be found when he needed him the most. His subordinates followed through with his will, sealing his casket in the Uzumaki hideout. Upon finding the casket in the hideout and undoing the seals, Orochimaru had come up with yet another mischievous plan in order to achieve immortality. He thought that if he used the ingredients in the casket along with Ashina's DNA to make an egg and then planted that egg in a strong enough surrogate, he would be able to create a body that would be more than strong enough for him to take over one day. The body would have some of the abilities of all three of the most powerful doujutsu, some of the chakra from all of the tailed beasts, as well as the life force of the strongest Uzumaki ever. When he finished his mission, he went to drop off all of the ingredients he found at his new secret hideout before heading back to the Leaf Village to report to Naruto and Sasuke. He did not tell them about the casket or the ingredients at all. All he told them was the location of the Uzumaki hideout. This was still valuable information because of the many powerful jutsu hidden and forgotten in the Uzumaki clan hideout. Sasuke then went to investigate the hideout for himself, and Orochimaru was dismissed. Orochimaru then went back to his hideout and got to work. He already had a sample of Jiraiya's hair from years ago, and tons of samples of snake DNA and snake sage chakra. He infused his own ingredients that he already had, along with the ones he found in the casket, in order to create an artificial human egg. Once this project was complete, his next step was to find a powerful enough surrogate to carry the egg so that a baby would be born through a natural birth. His first thought was Karin. She is an Uzumaki, so it would be ideal because it would increase his life force even more and his affinity for Uzumaki style jutsu. But then he had an even more sinister idea. He located Lady Tsunade with quite ease, quite frankly, and told her that he found a woman who had been carrying Jiraiya's egg since having a baby. As powerful as someone like Jiraiya's would have overloaded her body and killed her, Orochimaru took the egg and put it in an incubator as he set out on a multi-year quest to find Lady Tsunade. He proceeded to tell her that because it was the child of Jiraiya, she was the only person he thought to be acceptable to be the surrogate mother. So basically, he tricked the fuck out of Tsunade. Tsunade, who has been missing for years, leaving her with no knowledge of anything dealing with the Leaf Village, accepted Orochimaru's request, trying to hide as much of her emotions as she can. She does the surgery in a way that allows the egg to constantly absorb her chakra to heal himself, and also increase his own overall health. Over the course of the pregnancy, the egg was also absorbing the DNA of Lady Tsunade. Because of this made the baby the first of the next generation of the descendants of Hashirama. When the baby was born, Orochimaru takes it into his possession and killed Lady Tsunade in cold blood while she was off guard. As soon as he did this, Sasuke appeared claiming he had just witnessed everything that had happened, but arrived a split second too late to stop it. As Sasuke explains that he will have to take Orochimaru into custody, Orochimaru pulls his trump card out of the gate, knowing he is outmatched. Using an even more perfected version of the reanimation jutsu, he brings back Ashina. Before Ashina attacks Sasuke, he asks, "Where are my masks?" As Sasuke hears this, he pictures 5 masks he saw on the main display in the Uzumaki hideout while he was investigating. Ashina then reaches his hand out and summons the scroll, which he then uses to undo the seals to summon his 5 masks. The exact same 5 masks Sasuke remembered seeing. Sasuke then uses Inton on himself and then uses his Rinnegan to switch places with Ashina, teleporting Ashina directly into the heart of the ever-burning black flames, or so he thinks. Sasuke then realizes Ashina has disappeared completely from his senses, chakra and all. He stepped into a seal on his scroll that teleported him to the workplace of the Hokage. He had put a connected seal in the office while Hashirama was still Hokage, just in case an emergency like this ever happened. When Sasuke realizes that Ashina is no longer around, he grabs Orochimaru, throws him to the ground, and continues to torture him, hitting him with a barrage of painful jutsu that he knew would not kill him, and telling him the only way to make it stop is to undo the reanimation jutsu before any harm is done and his life gets a whole lot worse than just death. Meanwhile, Naruto is standing in his office trying to figure out who this white-haired guy wearing a mask that just appeared is. He is even more on edge because he brought Himawari, his newborn daughter, to meet her uncle Shikamaru to work that day. At least Boruto, his 1-year-old son, is at home with Hinata, thinks Naruto. Ashina then begins to release a mysterious mist out of the nostrils of his mask. Naruto immediately grabs Himawari and tells her to get behind him. As soon as the mist hits Naruto's artificial hand, it begins to disintegrate. Naruto then immediately turns around, picks up Himawari, and jumps out of the window behind him in one motion, putting great distance between them and Ashina and his acidic mist. Ashina then calls back the mist into his nostril and summons a different mask out of the scroll. A black amorphous creature then comes out of the mask and dives into the earth around Naruto and Himawari as the now black earth crumbles beneath them. He was able to throw Himawari out of the way, but was unable to save himself, getting buried deep in the black earth and getting stuck there. Ashina then places a seal on the amorphous creature that would not only keep Naruto trapped, but also absorb his chakra and store it in the seal. The situation was bleak for Naruto, but right after Naruto fades out of consciousness, Kurama gave Naruto the rest of his chakra, giving Naruto just enough chakra to do one thing. He usually sucks the sealing jutsu, but he had been practicing this one specifically, just in case a situation like this ever happened. He thought it might be kind of poetic. He and Kurama both knew they were tremendously outmatched, so when Naruto escaped from the earth, he grabbed Himawari and fled as far as possible, giving him enough time to release the seal on Kurama and seal all of his chakra inside of Himawari, hiding her and telling her he loves her before going back to face what he knew would be his inevitable death. Having no Kurama and barely any chakra left of his own, he's only able to make 3 shadow clones and engage Ashina in a 301 taijutsu bout, in which he loses badly and almost instantly. As Naruto lies on the ground unable to move, Ashina begins to place a seal on him that is going to seal the rest of his chakra and kill him. Good riddance, Lord 7, says Ashina, as Naruto takes his dying breath. Ashina, still angry over the betrayal of his people, then begins to make the hand seals to undo the reanimation jutsu before his soul leaves his body as it falls to the ground lifelessly. Sasuke had forced Orochimaru to undo the reanimation jutsu at the last possible second. He then used his Rinnegan to snatch his soul and gain access to all of his memories, effectively killing Orochimaru and gaining all of his knowledge. Before rushing back to the Leaf Village where he would discover the bad news, Naruto was dead, and there was nothing that could be done about it. It was time to select a new Hokage. Many of the villagers believed Sasuke was the only one powerful enough to stand a chance protecting the village from the unknown evils of the world. However, Sasuke refused because he believed his duties as the Shadow Hokage were just as important as the duties of the Hokage. So next in line was Shikamaru. The day after the funeral, Shikamaru was sworn in as the 8th Hokage. Sasuke chose to train and raise the artificial baby Orochimaru had created. It was a living creature with a soul, plus with all of the potential it had, it would need the best protection and the best training to one day be able to protect himself and others. He named the child Izasu Uzumaki in tribute of Naruto and also in tribute of him being directly tied to Ashina, who was the head Uzumaki and had just offed Naruto with no difficulty. Because Ashina and Jiraiya both had white hair, Izasu was born with white hair. His eyes looked like Byakugan, but they were purple. Sasuke felt loads of chakra coming from the baby, but he felt something more sinister than the snake sage chakra and the naturally steep reservoir of chakra Izasu was born with. Upon assessing it, he found another life form inside of Izasu in the same way Kurama was inside of Naruto and is now inside of Himawari. Only this chakra had way more pressure. Sasuke thought it was impossible for Izasu to be in Jinchuriki because he knew the location of all 9 of the Biju. Had Orochimaru created some sort of demon inside of this boy? Either way, Sasuke was astonished with how skilled of a scientist Orochimaru had become. One of the first orders Shikamaru made was that he would restart the Anbu under his direct oversight, calling it the Underground. He said that in 5 years, he would have Himawari, Boruto, Sarada, and Izasu be the first of multiple test squads that will begin training ninja who are expected to be prodigies as early as the age of 5 in 3 to 4 man squads. It would assure that future generations would continue to get progressively stronger. His only uncertainty was who would lead this squad. He pondered this question for many days before he came to his conclusion. Who better to lead a squad of the offspring of Naruto and Sasuke than Sasuke himself? He would try to convince Sasuke to take them with him on his quest so that they could gain real-world experience after training in the underground for the first part of their lives. Sasuke did not want to do it, but he didn't want anybody else to do it either because he was afraid they might mess it up. So he reluctantly agreed to the proposal. Over the course of the next 5 years, Hinata and Sasuke worked together to raise the 4 children who had all at least one dead parent, or an unknown mother in the case of Sarada, to be the best shinobi they could be. This way, Sasuke could keep an eye on most of the village's powerful assets, including the 9 Tails, the last pair of Sharingan besides his own, and the unknown beast dwelling inside of Izasu, while also being a father figure to the kids he saw as niece and nephew. He did not want to do any of this, but he felt that all of it was part of his responsibility to support the village in any way as possible as Shadow Hokage. And part 1. So yeah, guys, let me know what you thought about that. I mean, I know I killed Naruto in the first episode. Like, I wasn't. Look, I didn't want the story to be about Naruto. I wanted it to be about Himawari and the main cast of characters, which would be, Hinata. Excuse me. Oh gosh, which would be Himawari, Boruto, Izasu, and Sarada. That would be the main cast in this one. So I didn't want Naruto to be there because if Naruto and Sasuke were both alive, then you kind of get the same problem that you have in Boruto, where it's like the threats that come along aren't really threats. You get what I'm saying, man? But yeah, let me know what y'all think. I mean, my original character, I wish I could tell y'all more about, his powers right now. Let me know if you want a video, just strictly describing his powers, like a power assessment video, kind of. If not, then y'all just continue to find out his abilities throughout the series. But yeah, other than that, y'all know what it is. Dreamer gang till I die, and as for the haters, let them sleep. It's your boy Izzo, and I'm out.